I went from being a normal average teen, gaming and doom scrolling every single day, to being more productive than 90% of adults. And this is how you can do it too. Hello, my name is Mazen Ahmed, and this video will get you more than one step closer to achieving your dream. In this video, I'll talk about the 3 simple but really effective steps that will help you grow. Number 1, and I like this one because it has a really nice loop effect that I'll explain in a second. Thinking positive. Now, how does thinking positively help? Let's just say you're in the gym and you're about to hit a PR. You look at the weight and you think to yourself, I'm gonna do it. It's been hard, it's gonna be difficult, but I will be able to do it. This is thinking positive. You'll end up trying to lift the weight, and because of your positive thinking, you'll actually end up lifting it. You have been working hard and that helps, but because of you thinking positively, you end up lifting the weight. After lifting the weight, you get positive reinforcement. Now, anytime you try to go for a PR, you won't hesitate. You'll think to yourself, sure, I'll be able to do it just because you were able to do the bench PR in the first place. Because you got reinforcement from doing a positive action that started off just because of a positive thought. Now, any action you take forward on will be affected by that positive thought in the beginning. Now, the loop that I mentioned earlier comes in play here. I'll explain the 3 simple things that make the loop inside of positive thinking. Number 1, positive thinking leads to taking action. Number 2, taking action leads to positive reinforcement. And finally, number 3, positive reinforcement leads to taking bigger and better actions that end up boosting your productivity even more. This loop is amazing, and believe me, when I tried it, it works like a charm. Just keep thinking positive, and at the end of the day, believe me, when you look at the bigger picture, you realize that you are way more productive that day. At number 2, this is something that is a complete game changer and has completely changed the trajectory of my life. Setting new goals. Now that you're on the self-improvement journey and you want to better yourself in every single field, you have to set new goals for yourself. You can't have the same goals that you set a long time ago. Before you started this journey, all your goals were basically on video games, scrolling, stuff like that. Now your goals have changed. Now you can actually achieve the things you dream of early in life. By the end of 1 or 2 years, I want to achieve 1K per month. For my age, that's insane. People just look at me and laugh, but that's what's funny. When you set unrealistic goals for yourself, it makes it even better when you actually achieve those goals. And when you motivate yourself to achieve those goals, it makes you a completely different person. Trust me, people don't look at me the same way, and people don't look at the friends I have on self-improvement the same way. It's a game changer, and you have to try it. If your goals for your grades are average, let's just say you'll study around 30 minutes a day. However, if your goals were A's and A pluses only, then you'll study around 2 to 3 hours a day. Notice how the goals you have in mind completely change the actions and habits you had? That's exactly what I mean. And this is why goal setting is extremely important. It boosts your productivity like crazy. The third and final step of this video is timing yourself. Now, let's just say you had an assignment that's due tomorrow. You would have to spend this entire day doing that assignment because you're scared of the due date. However, if you had an assignment that was due in about 2 weeks, you would just stay around doing absolutely nothing and just being lazy until you were 1 day away from the due date of the assignment. Notice how timing yourself and putting yourself on a time limit completely changes the way you work. If you were to put yourself on a time limit, how would you work? When you ask that question to yourself, the perspective completely changes. I'll ask you another question. If you could do only one thing in your day and you had only 2 hours of work, what would be the most important thing you can do in your day? You're crossing the road and you see a car that's about 10-20 seconds away from you. You would just walk across the road normally because you know you're safe. However, if I were to make you cross the road when there's a car about 1 or 2 seconds away from you, you would have to sprint to the other direction because you have no time to react. And that's exactly the rule of time that I'm talking to you about. The only reason you do it in longer time usually is because you postpone the stress to the due date or to the time of that assignment. If you like that video and want to boost your productivity even more, click this video. I'll see you there.